Good morning, students. This is the third part of maxima and minima. Today I am going to explain some example problems based on maxima and minima and nth derivative test, or sometimes called higher order derivative test. So in previous class we discussed about first derivative test. Okay. Observe here. This is the graph of a function. This is x-axis, for example. So these are called turning points, or sometimes called critical points, or sometimes called stationary points. So this is A, this is B, means A means x is equal to x is equal to B, x is equal to C, x is equal to D, x is equal to E, like that. These points are called turning points, are actually called critical points. Based on that points only we are discussing the nature of the function. X equal to A is a point of maxima. Okay, so take any point on the graph which is left hand side of the x equal to A, then you get a tangent whose slope is positive. Take any point which is right hand side of x equal to A on the graph, draw tangent, the tangent will have negative slope. So important thing is at critical points, or at stationary points. So actually this is called stationary point. At stationary point, first derivative equal to 0. You want the meaning of this? F dash of A equal to 0. Means at extreme points. At extreme point, for example, K is extreme point of a function, then directly you can say that f of dash of K equal to 0 or f dash of K is not defined. Here also, there exists a tangent which is parallel x-axis. So f dash of C equal to 0, f dash of E equal to 0. This is critical point. Here f dash of E is not defining. Okay, means that at stationary points, this and these three are stationary points. At stationary points, first derivative equal to 0. Or f dash of A equal to 0, f dash of B equal to 0, f dash of C equal to 0, f dash of D equal to 0. But f dash of E is not defining because we have a sharp corner. Okay, students, some more example problems based on first derivative test. First problem, f of x equal to 5 minus 3 sin x. So here also interval is given. Assume that 0 lesser than x less than 2 pi. So in this interval we want to find the global minima or global maxima or local minima or local maxima of the function. So first one, f of x is equal to 5 minus 3 sin x. So f dash of x equal to minus 3 cos x. Okay. Now we want to find critical points. F dash of x equal to 0 implies minus 3 cos x equal to 0. Means cos x equal to 0. Cos x equal to 0. Cos x equal to 0 means you know the general solution. X is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n belongs to z. Okay, but you want the values between 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. Okay, put n equal to 0, we will pi by 2. X equal to pi by 2. One of the required critical point. N is equal taken as 1, 2, 3 pi by 2. Okay, 3 pi by 2. Only critical points between 0 to 2 pi are pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Okay, now you want to take number line. Actually, you want to apply sign scheme for f dash of x here. So critical points are pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. But your domain is restricted domain. Means 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Take any value from 0 to pi by 2. For example, pi by 6 or pi by 3. Pi by 3. Where is f dash of x here? Pi by 3. Pi by 3 means 1 by 2 minus negative. Here we will get positive, here we will get negative. So what is minus 2 plus mini? But we don't know what is local or global, you don't know. But mini, point of mini, x equal pi by 2 point of mini, point of maxi. Point of maxi. Now we want to decide which one gives local maximum, which one gives global. Okay. So what should do? We need to find f of 0. F of 0, 5 minus sin 0, 5. Next, f of pi by 2. F of pi by 2, 3 minus sin pi by 2, 1, 5 minus 3, 2. Okay. Next, f of 3 pi by 2. F of 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 is 270 degree. Sin 270. Sin 270 plus 0. Minus cos 0. Cos 0, 1. Minus 1. Minus 1. Totally 8. Okay. Next, f of 2 pi. F of 2 pi. Yeah, sin 2 pi 0, 5. So what happened here? So this is 8 is global maxima. 8 is global maximum value. So x equal 3 pi by 2 becomes a global maxima. So x is equal to 3 pi by 2 becomes global maxima. And 2 is global minimum. Global minimum. And x equal 5 by 2 is point of global minima. This is global minima. Global minima. Here this is global minima. Plus cos x. Yes, problem number 2 is x cube minus 3x. So f dash of x equal to cos x minus sin x. Okay. F dash of x equal to 0 implies cos x equal to sin x or tan x equal to 1. In other words, I can say tan x equal to 1. Now we want to find such critical points in the interval of 0 to pi. So pi by 4, one of them is pi by 4, x equal to pi by 4. So 5 by 4, x equal to pi by 4. Okay. So in between 0 to pi, only one value existing, that is pi by 4. At pi by 4, you want to find the sign scheme. Okay. Pi by 4. Take any value of x, boundaries given 0 to pi. Yeah. Take any value between 0 to pi by 4 and substitute here, then you will get the sign. So I am substituting pi by 6 here. Pi by 6 means 30 degree. Cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2. Minus sin 30 degree is 1 by 2. 2 LCM root 3 minus 1 positive. Positive, negative. So what happened? This becomes a point of maxima. Point of maxima. Point of maxima. Again same. This becomes global or local is depend upon the values. But what happened? Open interval, no, I want to close it. Closed interval, for example. So what should find? F of 0 should find f of 0. F of 0 means sin 0 0 or 0 1. So next f of pi by 4 should find f of pi by 4. Pi by 4 means 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. 2 by root 2 means root 2. Okay. Next f of pi should find f of pi. F of pi cos pi 0 sin pi 0 cos pi minus 1. Okay. So what happened among this? This is the least. That's why pi is giving global minima. This is global minima. In this interval, global minima. Next, among this root 2 is greater 1. So pi by 4 giving global maxima. So you can say global maxima or global maxima point. Okay, students. Another example problem. Example 4. F of x is equal to x by 2 plus 2 by x for x greater than 0. Okay. Same. You need to find f dash of x. That is equal to x by 2, 1 by 2. 2 by x plus 2 times of 1 by x minus 1 by x square. Here 2x square LCM. So what happened in x square minus 4 by 2x square. So numerator can be written as x plus 2 into x minus 2 by 2x square. This is f dash of x. Now our critical points are minus 2, 2 and 0. Okay, take number line. Minus 2. 2, middle 0. Sign scheme. Linear factor, x goes to positive, x goes to positive. So here plus, minus, here also minus because the power of x is even. Minus, plus. Okay, students, but what is the condition here? X is greater than 0. X is greater than 0 means in this interval only we want to find the sign scheme and everything. Because this is taken as the domain of the problem. So in this domain, 2 is the one of the critical point. So minus 2 plus means that is the point of minima. Point of minima. Point of minima. Understood? Find f of 2 value. F of 2 means that is 2. So minimum value is 2. Minimum value is 2. Okay. So x is equal to 2 is point of minima. Sometimes you need to find minimum value. That is f of 2. F of 2 equal to 2 by 2 1, 2 by 2 1, that is 2. Okay. This problem easily can solve by without using differentiation. Because x is greater than 0 means this is positive. This is positive. These two are reciprocals. I can use AMG inequality. So x by 2 plus 2 by x by 2 greater than or equal to root over x by 2 plus 2 by x. AMG inequality. A plus b by 2 greater than or equal to root over ab. Understood? A and b are positive real numbers. What happened here? X by 2 plus 2 by x greater than or equal to this is into. X by 2 into 2 by 2 get cancel, x will get cancel because x greater than 0. So finally 2. The value of x by 2 plus 2 by x is 2 or more than 2. You got here, x is 2 is the point of minima and the minimum value is 2. So when the equality hold means these two should be equal. X by 2 should be equal to 2 by x. X square equal to 4 means x is equal to 2 means at 2 we will get the expression value is 2 means 2 is the point of minima and also the minimum value is 2. So you can say that the global minimum. You can say global minimum. So x is equal to 2 is the point of global minima. Okay, students. Next problem, fifth problem. F of x is equal to 1 by x square plus 2. F dash of x. UV formula 0 into x square plus 2 minus 1 into derivative of x square plus 2 to x by x square plus 2 whole square. So what happened here? F dash of x equal to minus 2x by x square plus 2 whole square. Understood? So first of all domain is all real numbers, no problem. So what happened here? Critical point is 0 only. Okay, so what happened here? Negative symbol is there, no? This is minus, this is plus. Okay, plus minus become 0, become the point of maxima. Point of maxima. Point of maxima. Okay, point of maxima. So find f of 0 value. F of 0 value is equal to 1 by 2. So this is only the global maxima. Because no other point existing no here. That's why x equal 0 actually point of maxima or global point of maxima. Global maximum is 1 by 2. Global maximum equal to 1 by 2. Understood? So x equal 0 is the global point of maxima and f of 0 that is 1 by 2 is the global maximum. This is simple problem without using differentiation also can get the conclusions because 1 by x square plus 1 numerator is fixed, x square is non-negative number plus 1. This value is always greater than or equal to 1. Greater than or equal to 1 means denominator is increasing. Understand? That means this becomes least and least and least and least. Okay, we can't find global minimum value of this expression. We can find maximum value of this. When this is maximum means, so when this becomes minimum, what values of x this is minimum? X equal to 0, this becomes minimum. X equal to 0, then x square plus 1 becomes minimum. The minimum is 1. 2 is given, sorry, x plus 2 is given. So x equal to 0, we'll get the minimum value of this expression. The minimum value is 2. So total maximum value is 1 by 2. Problem number 6. F of x equal to x into root over 1 minus x. First of all, you will find domain of the problem. So 1 minus x should be greater than or equal to 0. Means x should be lesser than or equal to 1. So your domain is minus infinity to 1 closed. In this domain only you want to find the critical points and everything. So now I want to find f dash of x. Yeah, uv formula should use. This is u, this is v. U dash is 1 root over 1 minus x. Plus x into root over 1 minus x. Root over f of x. 1 by 2 root f of x into f dash of x. 1 by 2 root f of x. Into f dash of x. 1 minus its derivative. Minus 1. Okay. Here 2 into root 1 minus x is taken as LCM. 2 into 1 minus x minus x. What happened? This is 2 minus 3x by 2 into root 1 minus x. Observe here. 2 1s are minus 2x minus x minus 3x. So this is f dash of x. So what happened here? Our critical point is 1 and another one is 2 by 3. So now we want to find the local minima, local maxima, global maxima, global minima of the problem. We need to take number line. 0 should identify. 2 by 3, somewhere 2 by 3 here. Okay. So 1 is here. So 1 below 1 you need to check. So take any value of x greater than 2 by 3. This is negative. Understood? This is positive. What happened? 2 by 3 become the maxima. Or no, another point means I can say that that is only the point of global maxima. Therefore, x is equal to 2 by 3 is point of global maximum. Sometimes we want to find what is the global maximum value. We need to find f of 2 by 3. F of 2 by 3 means 2 by 3 into root over 1 minus 2 by 3. 2 by 3 into root over 1 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3 root 3. This is the global maximum. So point of maximum is 2 by 3. The present topic is application of derivatives. In this application of derivatives, this is one of the part, maxima and minima. What is the use of f dash of x? This is title of our chapter, application of derivatives. One of the application of f dash of x or differentiation is finding slope of a curve at given point. Okay. For example, this is a curve. At this point, you want to find its slope. At that point, we need to draw tangent. What is the slope of the tangent is taken as the slope of the curve at the particular point. For example, the particular point is P. The curve is y is equal to f of x. Then you can say that slope of this tangent at P or slope of this curve at P is nothing but f dash of x at P or dy by dx at P. Okay. So this is geometrical meaning of f dash of x. But what is the use of f double dash of x in this chapter? F double dash of x. Second order derivative. We should learn what is the use of second order derivative. F double dash of x. What is the geometrical meaning of f double dash of x? The usage of f double dash of x. Okay, I will explain this concept now. So what is the meaning of f double dash of x? What is the geometrical meaning of f double dash x? What is the use of f double dash of x? How we can use f double dash of x? Okay. Important. Good here. This is a graph of function. Y is equal to f of x. It is increasing graph. Increasing graph. Okay. This is a graph of another function y equal to g of x. It is also increasing graph. Okay. By using f dash of x, you can decide the given function is increasing or decreasing in a particular interval. Observe here, this is increasing. Means what happened? Its slopes are positive. 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 All tangents will have positive slopes. Means what happened? F dash of x is greater than 0 in this interval. This is also increasing graph only. Observe here. All tangents for the graph will have positive slopes. Is here also f dash of x greater than 0? Already we discussed it. F double dash of x is greater than 0 for every x belongs to S. Then in this interval you can say that the function is increasing function. Actually this graph is convex graph. This is called concave graph. Or sometimes this is called concave downwards or concave upwards. This is concave downwards, concave upwards. How we can decide if a graph is given, a function is given? How can we decide the function is concave upwards, concave downwards? By using f dash of x can't decide here. This is concave downwards, concave upwards. For both the curves we got f dash of x greater than 0 only because both are increasing. Means by using f dash of x we can't conclude given graph is concave upwards or concave downwards. Okay. By using f dash of x, you can't conclude given function is concave upwards or concave downwards. But who will help us to find f double dash of x? By using f double dash of x, you can decide given function is concave upwards or concave downwards or convex or concave. This is the function which is said to be convex or concave downwards. Convex function. So this is one point P. At P a tangent is drawn. X is equal to P1. At P1 tangent is drawn. Its slope is positive. Take P2. At P2 also another tangent is drawn. Its slope also positive. At P3 another tangent is drawn. Its slope also positive. But interesting thing is, observe this slope, this inclination and this inclination and this inclination. Inclinations are decreasing. See, inclinations are decreasing. Slopes values are decreasing or having positive slopes only. But slope values are decreasing. Observe here. Observe here. What I can say? F dash of P1 is greater than f dash of P2 is greater than f dash of P3. Means what happened here? The x value is taken from P1, P2, P3 means x value is increasing. Its slope values at the particular points is increasing. So here x values are increasing P1, P2, P3. So your x value is taken from left to right means x values are increasing. But what happens? Slopes are decreasing. F dash of P1 greater than f dash of P2 greater than f dash of P3. This one slopes values are decreasing. Understood? Means what happened? F dash of x slope function f dash of x is decreasing. This is convex graph or concave downwards. For this graph, finding slopes of at every point. So at this point, at this point, at this point, and at this point, finding slope and creating a new function. That new function is called slope function. What happened? The slope function is decreasing. See, f dash of P1 greater than f dash of P2 greater than f dash of P3 greater than f dash of P4 greater than. So x is increasing, no? Slope value is decreasing. Means slope function is decreasing. Slope function is decreasing. F dash of x is decreasing. Okay. Here observe here observe. K of x is a function. If it is decreasing function, k of x is decreasing function, then what is k dash of x should be less than 0. If k of x is decreasing function, then what is the first derivative sign? K dash of less than 0. Assume that this is k of x. K of x is decreasing. K of x is decreasing. What is the derivative of this function? Should be less than 0. What is the derivative of this function? Derivative of this function. This function is taken as k of x. k dash of x means f dash of x derivative is lesser than 0. This is nothing but f double dash of x less than 0. Understood? So, what is conclusion here? If f double dash of x less than 0 in a particular interval, then that particular interval the function is convex or concave downwards or convex. Observe students. Here, if function is convex or concave downwards, we got this result. F double dash of x less than 0 in some interval s. So, this is concave function or concave graph or concave upwards. Okay. Observation here. This is a P1 point. This x is equal to P1. So, this is P2 point. P2. So, here at P1, a tangent is drawn. At P2, another tangent is drawn. At P3, another tangent is drawn. Observe here, inclination is increasing. Inclination is increasing. Slope value will increase. Means f dash of P1 is lesser than f dash of P2, lesser than f dash of P3, and so on. X values are increasing. X values are taken from left to right. P1, P2, P3, so on. They are increasing. Tangents value, slope values are also increasing. No? Slope values are also increasing. No? F dash of P1 less than f dash of P2 less than f dash of P3. Slope values are also increasing. No? Okay, means what is the meaning? F dash of x slope function is increasing function. In this case, slope function is increasing function. Not given function. Slope function is increasing function. Means if a function k of x is increasing function, then what is first derivative of that function? K of x greater than 0 only. So this field as k of x increasing. So what is derivative of that function? Should be greater than 0. Means derivative of this means f double dash of x is greater than 0. If f double dash of x is greater than 0 in particular interval of a function, we can say that the function is concave function or concave upwards. So, f double dash of x less than 0 in some interval, we can say that the function is convex function or concave downwards in a particular interval. So, this is a use of f double dash of x. Finally, I am concluding by using f double dash of x. You can check the concavity of the function. Means what interval the function is concave upwards, what interval the function is concave downwards. So by using f double dash of x, you can check the concavity of the function. Okay. F double dash of x greater than 0, concave upwards. F double dash of x less than 0, concave downwards. Sometimes f double dash of x also 0. What you call that x? So this is the graph of y is equal to f of function. Okay. Some intervals it is concave and some interval convex. Okay. So see here, concave upwards, after that concave downwards. So what happened? What happened in this interval? In this interval, concave upwards. In this interval, f double dash of x greater than 0. So in this interval, f dash of x, f double dash of x less than 0. In this interval, f double dash of x greater than 0. In this interval, f double dash of x less than 0. But what at this particular point, f double dash of x equal to 0. Because sign of f double dash of x changing from positive to negative. Changing from positive to negative means what? Somewhere it becomes 0 only. No? So that is nothing but f double dash of x equal to 0. At this particular point I can say c. F double dash of c equal to 0. So what happened? Double dash of c equal to 0 at x equal to c. Such points are called point of inflections. Point of inflections. So at this point only the nature of the function changing, concavity to convexity or convexity to concavity. With respect to this point only, the function nature is changing. The function is nature is changing means the function is changing concavity to convexity or convexity to concavity. So here what happened? Concave upwards to concave downwards. Okay, this point is the point of inflection. So at a C, if f double dash of C equal to 0, then the C is called point of inflection. I hope you people understood the concept. Use of f double dash of x. Graphical meaning of f double dash of x. Okay students, now definitions. Concave function or concave upwards function. See here, this function is concave upwards. Concave upwards. Understood? Observe here, this is the theta and beta. Theta is less than beta. This tan theta is less than tan beta. Tan theta is increasing function from minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So theta less than beta and tan means tan theta is less than tan beta. Means that is slope function is increasing. Slope function is increasing. F dash of x is increasing. F dash of is increasing. F dash of increasing. F double dash of should be greater than 0 only. This is a function k of x is increasing. K dash of greater than 0. F double dash of x greater than 0. So that is f double dash of x greater than 0 for every x belongs to I. Then you can say f of x is concave function on I, on that particular interval. Okay, by using f dash of x you can find the nature of the function. Nature means what interval increasing, what interval decreasing, that's all. But you can't find the concavity of the function by using just f dash of x. Observe here. So this increasing function, this decreasing function. Increasing and decreasing actually. Here f dash of greater than 0, here f dash of x less than 0. But in both the cases f double dash of x is greater than 0. So that is the use of f double dash of x. By using f double dash of x only, you can decide the concavity of the function. So first definition is concave function. Okay students, you can observe here. This is convex function or concave downwards. Convex function. See what happened? This is just increasing, decreasing. F dash of x greater than 0. F dash of x less than 0. So by using f dash of x, you can't conclude. So here, first here this is the point P1. Next point P2. At P1, tan theta is slope. At P2, tan beta is slope. See, theta greater than beta. Theta greater than beta. Understood? Means slope is decreasing. Inclination is decreasing. Points are moving from left to right. Slope is decreasing. Slope function is decreasing. Theta greater than beta and tan theta greater than tan beta. At P1, tan theta slope. At P2, tan beta slope. Slope decreasing, no? That's why slope function is decreasing. Means f dash of x is decreasing. F dash of x decreasing means derivative of this function is less than 0. F double dash of x less than 0. So final conclusion. If f double dash of x less than 0, wherever x belongs to y, you can say that f of x is convex function on that interval. Okay students, important note, the above discussions are applicable only for differentiable functions. One note. Note 2 important. Okay, the point where curve changes its concavity is called point of inflection. Point of inflection. At point of inflection, f double dash of x equal to 0. Point of, here in this example, concave to convex. Means concavity of the function is changing at this particular point. At the particular point, that the particular point is called point of inflection. Here in this area f double dash of x greater than 0. In this area f double dash of x less than 0. So f double dash of x sign changing to plus to minus. Okay, means what happened at the particular point f double dash of x equals 0. Okay, such points are called point of inflections. Students, another important note, note 3. If at C, f double dash of C equal to 0. So don't think that directly C is a point of inflection. And sign of f double dash of C plus and C minus are same. Then you can say that C is not a point of inflection. Sign should change. Right of C and left of C, the f double dash of C sign should change. Then only the C is taken as point of inflection. Next, note 4. The point of inflection are local maxima or local minima for slow function. For slow function. Observe students. For example, this is normal function y is equal to f of x. X is equal to a is the critical point. At this point, f dash of a equal to 0. Left to positive, next negative. Means what happens? F dash of a minus is positive. F dash of a plus is negative. F dash of a equal to 0. Then this a equal to 0 become the point of maxima or point of minima. Here in this example, point of maxima. Similarly, the point of inflections are local minima, local maxima for slow function, not for f of x function, f dash of x function. For slow function, those points, point of inflections are local minima or local maxima. Friends, important note. We can find point of inflections for non-continuous functions and non-differentiable functions also. Okay. You want to use this concept greater than 0, lesser than 0, the function should be differentiable. Okay. So even though function not differentiable or non-differentiable, non-continuous functions also you can find. Example 1 here. Example 1. This is a function, not continuous function. But x is equal to a is taken as point of inflection. Because see, concavity is changing. Nature of concavity function is changing at x equal to a. So it's not differentiable here. Not differentiable. Here also concavity of the function is changing at x equal to a. So here x is equal to a is called point of inflection. Here also x is equal to a is point of inflection. Here the function is not continuous. Here the function is not differentiable. Okay, students. Here some example problems based on point of inflection. Find the point of inflection of the following functions. First, find f of x cube. F of x equal to x cube. F dash of x equal to 3x square. F double dash of x equal to 6x. Okay. What point f double dash of x equal to 0 should find? Okay. What point f dash of x equal to 0 is called the critical point. Here what point f double dash of x 0 is called sometimes point of inflection, not always. After that we need to decide the sign of f double dash of x at that particular point. The sign changes plus to minus or minus to plus, then that is called point of inflection. Otherwise that point is not taken as point of inflection. So f double dash of x equal to 0. Apply the sign scheme for this function with respect to this point. 0. 6x. 0 plus positive. 0 minus negative. 0 minus negative. So sign is changing now. Therefore you can say that x equal to 0 is the point of inflection for this function. X equal to 0 is point of inflection. Or directly you can say that the graph of a cubic function, graph of f of x cube is like this. See, convex to concave at x equal to 0. Next one is f of x is given as x cube minus 3x square minus 7x plus 8. Okay, f dash of x. Problem number 2. 3x square minus 6x minus 7. F double dash of x. 6x minus 6. 6 times of x minus 1. Now we want to find the sign of f double dash of x with respect to x equal to 1. Automatically sign will change. So that's why plus minus. Therefore, x is equal to 1 is the point of inflection. Third problem. F of x equal to sin square x. We want to find point of inflections in this interval 0 to pi, if exist. F dash of x. 2 sin x into cos x, or f dash of x is nothing but sin 2x. F double dash of x, 2 cos 2x Now we want from what values of x? F double dash of x equal to 0. F double dash of x equal to 0 implies cos 2x equal to 0. Already you know that cos theta equal to 0, theta equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 n belongs to z. So 2x equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 where n belongs to z. I want x. X equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 4, n belongs to z. For these values of x, f double dash of x 0 only. Now we want to identify how many x's are there in this interval. Okay. So n equal to 0, pi by 4. Okay, pi by 4 is there. N equal to 1, 3 pi by 4. This is also there. Yeah, 2 will cross. Therefore, only 2 point of inflections in this interval. One is pi by 4 and another is 3 pi by 4.